Husbands, 60% of divorces happen between the ages of 40 and 60, and 73% of the women getting those divorces attributed menopause to a cause of their divorce. They didn't say it was the whole reason, but they said it was a contributing factor. So if you don't know what menopause is, you got a real good chance of losing your wife. It's not hard to do the math on this one, guys. You got a loss of sex drive, libido's decreasing, you got mood swings, you got rage, she's got insomnia, sleepless nights. That's causing you to potentially have sleepless nights. She's confused, you're confused. You're not openly talking about it because neither of you know what to say. It's not hard to figure out how that could dissolve a marriage over time. And time is what you have against you, because this doesn't happen for a month, and it doesn't even happen for a year. Perimenopause can start as early as the age of 35, where the symptoms begin that are worse than even menopause or postmenopause. But let's take a step back. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about what menopause actually is. When your wife was born, she had 1 to 2 million eggs. That's all that she's going to make, and they're sitting in her ovaries, in her uterus. When she gets to puberty, she's down to 300, maybe 500,000. And then she's incrementally losing those eggs along the way, all the way till when she gets to menopause. Menopause is one day. One day. It is the one day, 12 months after her last period. That's it. Everything before that's perimenopause, and everything after that is postmenopause. But we just often just say menopause, but the true definition is just one day. By the time she gets to that day, she's down to a few hundred eggs. She started with 1 to 2 million, down to a few hundred. Well, why do you need to know that? Why does that matter? Well, here's why. Because when she had all those eggs, she had a ton of a hormone called estrogen that was supporting them. By the time she gets down to losing 99% of the amount of estrogen that she had when she was 25, getting down to 300 eggs or none, she's lost almost all of it, all of that estrogen. So why does that matter? Because estrogen happens to be a hormone that affects the areas of the brain responsible for mood regulation and temperature regulation. We'll start there. So mood regulation. You're seeing mood swings. You're seeing hot flashes. Hot flashes feel like burning lava escaping from the inside of her body. No amount of fans, cooling can stop it. That's why she's sleeping with the sheets on, the sheets off. She can't regulate her temperature. You're having a thermostat war in the house. It's not because she wants to be feeling that way. It's because she's losing estrogen, and it's affecting that area of her brain. It's affecting her body in that way. And then there's the mood. Estrogen affects the amount of serotonin in her brain. And serotonin affects the mood regulation, how steady you are, how you can handle things. The knee-jerk reactions, the crying out of nowhere, that's a loss of estrogen. It's out of her control. And then there's the libido, right? The time when so many men jump ship. The time when so many men think, what else is going on? I mean, everything was fine, and now she's not that interested in me anymore. And guess where your mind goes? It's definitely not to estrogen. That's not your first thought. But that's why we have to talk about this. That's why we have to understand what's actually happening. Because it isn't about you. It's not that she's not attracted to you or that she doesn't like sex. The problem is she's losing estrogen and testosterone through these menopausal years. That's affecting her libido. It's decreasing her libido. And not only is she less interested because of that, but it actually hurts. You see, losing estrogen isn't just about affecting these areas of the brain. It's about losing a natural lubricant in her body as well. So when she loses that, she's losing moisture in her skin. She's getting dry vagina. Sex actually is painful. It actually hurts. So would you want to have it if it hurt? It's not about you, guys. This is a physiological hormonal change that's going on in her body. Halle Berry was on the Oprah Winfrey show, She did a special on this. And Halle Berry described it as having razor blades in her vagina. But, us men who don't understand what's happening, we don't know anything about any of this, well, we obviously come to other conclusions, right? But how are we going to support our wife if we don't know what's really going on? 60% of divorces between the ages of 40 and 60, 73% attributed menopause to a cause of their divorce. I haven't even begun to explain all the different symptoms, all the different issues, how painful this is, how hard this is. But even with what I've just told you, you can start to imagine how not understanding this could start to break up a relationship.